Henry, I'll have you down tomorrow.
Well, thank you. That's good.
Now just wait there, Mildred.
Okay, I'm waiting there, boss. Do you need me?
No?
Okay.
I just want you to enjoy this bit.
That was very good.
Look like the real James Bond. We have to do that one more time.
Yeah, could you do that one more time?
One more time.
You want it again, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Okay, we there? We ready, everyone?
Yeah. Ready?
Go.
Time to park the car.
Okay, let's go. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness!
Good evening, ladies.
Either side.
These are the providers of these wonderful vehicles, gentlemen. And we have a very sporting High Commissioner.
How big we did one of
There's a pothole though, don't let me tell you about that. Let's go.
It now falls upon me to introduce a man that in many ways exemplifies Bond. The parallels should be obvious, but given that I'm being paid handsomely by him to point them out, I'm sure that, as with the various actors who have played Bond throughout the years, everyone here has their own favourite British High Commissioner to Kenya. Some may hanker after the suave assuredness of Rob McCare. Others, the unforgettable and endlessly quotable soundbites of Edward Clay. I've checked everyone's shoes this evening, we've come a long way. For me, however, there is but one. The man who, like the current 007 Daniel Craig, was, with his poise and seemingly endless energy, brought new relevance to the role for a 21st century audience. The man for whom the phrase digital diplomat was invented. The man who, when all is said and done, pays my salary. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the British High Commissioner to Kenya, Dr. Christian Turner.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce that Stephen Burns will shortly be leaving his position at the British High Commission. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all here this evening on behalf of myself and the British Chamber of Commerce, with whom we're co-hosting this event, the Kenyan premiere of Spectre. I think we're 2 days ahead of Hollywood. That deserves a cheer for Kenyans. The 24th instalment in the iconic Bond series. I'm slightly worried that you think all that we diplomats do is gamble and drink cocktails. So if anyone from London is tuning into this, no, it's been a very sober and serious gathering. You all look very glamorous this evening, of course, which is important because you only live twice. We're particularly excited to be able to offer you this advanced screening at the Sarit Centre, for your eyes only. 2 days, as I say before, Bond hits cinemas across Kenya. And I would like to thank our very generous sponsors for the event that have made this evening possible. RMA Motors with the Jaguar Land Rover. You may have seen me driving up the Mombasa Road in the Jaguar Land Rover. It wasn't that fast, as you can imagine, at least until I hit the pothole. Sony, Belvedere, and our friends at Pink Casino. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Ladies and gentlemen, Bond has been with us for half a century, grossing something over $6 billion at the box office to date, and is clearly a great British institution. From the rugged, if at times politically incorrect masculinity of Sean Connery, Scotsman, to the eyebrows of Roger Moore, Englishman, the stone-cold inscrutability of Timothy Dalton, Welshman, the debonair charm of Pierce Brosnan, Irishman, to his most recent incarnation in the physicality of Mr. Daniel Craig, back to Englishman, everyone has their favourite. I shall not reveal my own, but I'm sure the startling parallels between Daniel Craig and our new defence advisor have not escaped your attention. Brigadier, can you just give everyone a wave? Our very own Daniel Craig. So brand Bond goes from strength to strength. In many ways, Bond is Britain. Stylish, iconic, and an effortless blend of the classic and the modern. This juxtaposition of old and new permeates British life, and to this we only need to look at the example of Her Majesty the Queen, at whose pleasure both 007 and I serve, who in September this year became Britain's longest-serving monarch with neither fanfare nor fuss. The Britain of today is very different to the one that she came to rule in 1952, famously when she was in Kenya. The Empire has gone, the royal yacht is decommissioned, and even Buckingham Palace is open to the public during summer months. But we've become a more open, diverse, creative, tolerant, and prosperous society. The sharp-eared amongst you will notice that we've had a number of references to Bond titles in my remarks so far. It had been my ambition to weave all 24 Bond films into my comments. However, when I mentioned this to Stephen Burns, his response was, "Doctor, no." Perhaps my legacy will be better as the man with the golden pun. So I'd like to leave with a story of James Bond's watch. The legend goes it that a confident 007 strolled into a casino and took a seat at a bar next to a stunningly beautiful woman. He gave her a quick glance and then casually looked at his watch for a moment. The woman said, "Is your date running late?" "No," answered 007. "I was given this state-of-the-art watch by Q and I was just testing it." Intrigued, the woman said, "What's so special about your watch?" "Well, you see," said Bond, "it uses alpha waves to telepathically talk to me." "I see," said the woman. "And what is it telling you now?" Bond looked at the woman. My wife has now given me a hard look. Bond looked at the woman, pausing for just an instant before saying, "It says you're not wearing any underwear." The woman laughed scornfully and said, "Well, your watch must be broken because I can assure you that I am in fact wearing underwear." 007 took a sip from his martini, tapped the face of his watch with his index finger and muttered, "Damn thing must be running about an hour fast." Ladies and gentlemen, that is quite enough from me. We're here to enjoy the evening. I'd like to finally welcome my friend, the chairman of the British Chamber of Commerce, Graham Shaw, to say a final few words, and then we will go through to the film. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Christian. Governors and High Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, it was mentioned, I feel, that we are 2 days ahead of Hollywood on the premiere of this film. I suspect we're 25 days behind the ones being released in India. I'd like to start with a joke, if I can, and it was in relation to a situation I was in about three months ago. I was sitting in Nairobi Hospital maternity wing, waiting for the arrival of my godson. Sitting opposite me were 3 gentlemen, a Scotsman, an Englishman, and a Kenyan. And they were looking very nervous. Anyway, the doctor came out and he said, "Gentlemen, I'm really sorry, but we've got all the children mixed up. Can someone volunteer to come in and identify them?" The Scotsman said, "I'll do it." He walks in and he walks out with clearly a black child. The Kenyan says, "Excuse me, that is my kid." The Scotsman looks back at him. He said, "There are 2 white kids in there. One's English and I'm not taking the risk." High Commissioner, I think this event is quite extraordinary, and frankly the turnout has been fantastic, although, as we say, a bit hot, so we're going to keep this fairly short. I sadly was unable to go to the Leicester Square opening last Monday because I was still in a bit of depression about the Australia-Scotland rugby match. I'm also a Scot. But that didn't matter. We come to see the premiere today. But basically, the British Chamber has been going effectively since the beginning of this year with a lot of support from the British High Commission and UKTI. We have now grown this business considerably. We've got so many companies joining as members, and we keep finding companies with British ownership all over. But for me, the most important thing is to get Kenyan companies looking north to work with British companies. We're not going to push south, we're going to push north. And I'm born in Kenya. So, Jonathan Huxley, who is my CEO, is actually away at basically a global forum for all the chambers, and he will come back. But he is pushing Kenya very, very physically and verbally up in London. Anyway, I close with a word to basically say, Christian, we wish you very well with your next move. And I know that your next car cannot be a Jaguar. You will be frowned upon, I'm assuming. So good luck with your Vauxhall Astra. Claire, we wish you very well indeed. And I'm sure you'll all appreciate, and if we could just put our hands together and thank Christian and Claire for the 4 years we've had. I think it's now, as someone said, may the show begin.